Turner officially has responded on Make a First utterance after the divorce between herself and Joe Jonas hit the rocks, or the marriage, I should say, hit the rocks. Well, Joe Jonas apparently brought a response and, speaking about what really led to the divorce and thanked, her fans so far for the love and support after the divorce. But many were anticipating, to hear from the side of Sophie Turner. But ladies and gentlemen, officially, she has come out to also give something. But it's a rather dicey yet complicated, response. I must be honest with you, because she dropped a photo, and people are really asking whether or not this is a shade or something. Well, we'll get into the details of that, but this is the Change Up in Next News. Please always don't forget to like and subscribe to our page. It's very important, and of course do well to let us know your thoughts and views about the stories that we have done so far. So let's get into the details of the stories for today. Now, Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas' relationship have taken a big swipe to the gutter as well, after a lot of speculations happened between the two, and of course Joe Jonas cited some multiple allegations between the happenings of the marriage between himself and Sophie Turner. Now, many were anticipating to hear a word from Sophie Turner, but she has responded in a subtle way, yet fans say that this is a shady response to Joe Jonas. Well, let's put something on your screens and see how Sophie Turner apparently is responding to all of. Now, she posted a photo of herself and a very weird tattoo at her back, and people are trying to actually understand what this tattoo represent. Now, she was wearing quite some hot I don't know if that's a gym suit or something, but she looked very unbothered and a bit weird, I must say. The tattoo at her back and of course looking a bit unconcerned, and you can actually tell from her fingers that there's no ring on her her finger. So it is confirmed, or has been confirmed, that officially the two have called it quits, and she is living her life to the fullest. But let's check Joe Jonas's response after the breakup between himself and Sophie Turner. We come back and see what Sophie also has been saying about this. Take a look at this first.
One more look back down to your left, to the end. I can't even really.
So Joe Jonas responded to the divorce and shared with his fans, thanked his fans about all of this. So Sophie Turner, in a subtle way, has responded to this, but who knows what really is informing this decision of she coming out to post this rather interesting photo. Well, I still do not understand what that tattoo, I don't know if that's tattoo or a printing or something behind her back and all of that, but that is what she posted on her Instagram, and looks like people are really reading meanings to it. Well, it's getting very interesting. For now, we do know that the two have called it quit and are filing for legal, well, for now, I do know for sure that the two have called it quit, but I do not know so much of the legalities involved currently as we speak, because kids are involved. They do have some beautiful kids together, and so let's leave the legalities out from it. But officially, Sophie Turner has responded. But there's been a lot of reactions, after her, her post on the social. So let's check some reactions, interesting reactions, I must say, that has spawned on social media, and see what things really have been going so far for them.
My dogs, and then that's it. Joe and I, it's actually kind of, everything seems to be working out in my favor. Yeah, I heard the divorce rates were up. I'm an introvert. I'm a homebody. I just if I could stay at home all day, I would. So this is great for me. I leave the house like once a day anyway to walk my dogs, and then that's it. Joe and I, it's actually kind of, everything seems to be working out in my favor here, because Joe's like he's a real social butterfly. So I struggle to kind of lock him down and have him just spend time with me. So it's like prison for him, but it's great for me.
Sophie Turner has broken her silence on her divorce from Joe Jonas. The actress posted a statement to Instagram, which she says is from the two of us. It reads, "After 4 wonderful years of marriage, we have mutually decided to amicably end our marriage. There are many speculative narratives as to why, but truly, this is a united decision, and we sincerely hope that everyone can respect our wishes for privacy for us and our children."
Here's every way Joe Jonas let his PR team slander his ex-wife, Sophie Turner, and completely blame their divorce on her. The first way was by saying Joe Jonas had to divorce her because she has a drinking problem. Joe Jonas painted out the mother of his kids to be some Lindsay Lohan in her peak partying degenerate era, a type of woman who likes taking Molly in the bathroom more than taking care of her kids. With quotes sent out to the press like, she has an affinity for the party life and Joe just lives such a different, better life. He gets drunk on stage, and he may be a homebody, but he gets drunk at home. Number 2, this was a meticulously planned PR rollout where they strategically conflated her addiction to partying with the PR statement saying that she's not there with her kids enough. Saying that for the last 6 months or so, the kids have been with Joe almost all the time. He always lived with him in Miami. Followed by a diabolical planned photo shoot at a coffee house with Joe Jonas taking care of his kids. And students, I know this was staged because this is notoriously the coffee house you go to if you want to be seen. Third is not only she parties too much and works too much, but she's also just not there for her kids. While Joe wants an award for babysitting his kids, even while he's on tour, even though they're just his kids, so you're not babysitting. Sophie has done 8 different projects during their marriage, and there was PR statements saying that she would never watch them if she was filming something. 4, and this is the craziest press release about a divorce of all time, is that apparently Joe Jonas had access to Ring camera footage that caught Sophie Turner doing something so incriminating that Joe Jonas knew in that moment that their marriage was over. The purposeful ambiguity of that is wretched. And what was she doing? Was she kissing someone taller than him on their patio? She's probably doing something hilarious that he just didn't understand. Or the last one, make sure to follow so you can become a student here at Pop Culture University and always know what's going on in the current state of pop culture with Professor Patty. The 5th, and definitely the worst, is that Joe Jonas made her seem like she was the one who was content with breaking up their family. A pretentious press release by Mr. Perfectly Fine's team allegedly said that divorce was the last resort for Joe. He never wanted to break up his family, but that he knew he had to do what's best for his girls. And Sophie was the one who was okay with wanting a divorce.
Anyone else noticed that Sophie Turner is really getting the villain edit for this divorce? Yes, the divorce is confirmed. Joe is the one with the top LA divorce lawyer on retainer, which means a lot. In the legal world, it kind of means that he's the one who initiated the divorce. It looks like his PR team, which may I suggest is far bigger than Sophie Turner's considering his career, is spinning this story to the gods. A lot of us saw this coming. Joe had been spotted multiple times in public and at recent shows without his wedding ring. Celebrity world signifies the beginning of the end. Joe's PR team is clearly in overdrive. Sophie is getting the absolute villain edit out of this. She is being painted as a massive party girl, which it just doesn't add up. Sophie has had 2 children in the last 3 years. I don't exactly know how big of a party girl she's been able to be, but that's clearly the line his PR team are running with. Sophie Turner's behavior has just been so problematic. Her drinking, her partying is out of hand, and apparently Joe has been left with the children. It's as if he's the dad. Let's not forget Sophie also has a career too. She has been filming in London, and maybe that has created a rift in their relationship. We need to take into consideration that they both got married very young, especially Sophie. She was around 23, 24 when the couple made it officially 27 now, freshly getting a divorce. Of course, there might be partying, but I think this is all Joe's PR team going crazy with this story and pushing it to the nth degree. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.
Joe Jonas just fucked up so bad. You've already seen all the divorce headlines, all the speculation, all the other TikToks. I'll save you the time. We all know over the weekend, Joe Jonas filed for divorce from Sophie Turner, and all the headlines seem to be skewed to try to paint Sophie as an absent mom and highlight the fact that Joe is watching their 2 daughters all by himself, even though they're in different countries, both doing jobs. Since then, Sophie has done nothing except release this statement, which she claims is from the both of them, but Joe has not reposted it or actually said anything directly. A lot could be said about this couple and how they came to be. If you're like me and you're Sophie's age, you watched their Vegas wedding and thought, oh my god, every single girl's dream come true. But now in hindsight, we're seeing signs of a shut-up ring, and we're listening closer to the interviews where she talked about exactly how tumultuous, back and forth, and manipulative their relationship was. Even so far as the fact that Joe broke up with her the night they were supposed to get married. Of course, this all leads into the speculation about the age gap. Of course, 7 years isn't much when you're middle-aged with your partner, but if you're damn near 30 looking for a teenager, it does raise some questions. Also, some deep divers have brought up an old article that reminds us Joe Jonas began pursuing his ex-girlfriend Gigi Hadid when she was just 13 and he was 19, a college student seeking a 7th grader, respectively. So an adult man seeking an adolescent girl is already indicative of control and maturity problems. But of course, that's just observational speculation. I don't know the guy. What I do know is that he and his PR team are trying extra hard to make it look like his wife is trying to ditch being a parent to go out and party when she is notoriously on the record as being a homebody. Seeing lots of mysterious stories like this about how she's out partying, living it up away from her family. Anyone who has more than 2 brain cells to rub together can see that she's wearing the same dress in every single photo, and with a little bit more digging, you could see she's actually at a rap party for work. But here's where Joe fucked up. I wasn't gonna say anything until today. Among all these headlines, there have been a few photos of Joe out with his ring on, without his ring on. People are like, what does it mean? Maybe it means nothing. Maybe it means everything. He was wearing it over the weekend, then he took it off again. Here we could see just 21 hours ago, he ditches his wedding ring, dines with daughters after filing for divorce. Wait a minute. Forget the fucking ring. Ring is not the important part of this headline. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner have 2 daughters. The one thing that they have made explicitly clear from the moment they had their first child, Willa, is that as former childhood stars, they were going to take, and they did take, extensive measures to make sure that their children were never, ever photographed and published in mainstream media or tabloids. If you want to know how seriously they take this, we don't even know the name or birthday of their second daughter. And earlier this year, Sophie accidentally posted a video to her Instagram story of Willa playing around in their house. And when she realized her mistake, she deleted the video and then posted a statement requesting that anybody who took screenshots or downloaded the video, please delete it and respect their privacy. I am not going to click this article so that you can see larger photos. The girls' faces are blurred out, but I just think it's a little hanky that they've successfully gone 2-3 years, however old their oldest daughter is, successfully keeping their children almost completely out of newspapers, except for their little back in a puffy sweater as they're walking down the street. The weekend that Joe goes and files for divorce and his PR team puts out all these stories emphasizing that he's a full-time dad, he's the only parent, he's taking care of the kids while his wife is out doing God knows what, even though we know what, she's working. And of course, we gotta seal the deal, right? We gotta give the people an image of this great father. So let's take him out with the kids. Let's call the pops, have them show up, and crash our